Hey, this is Pastor Frank, and Happy New Year. Welcome to the year of 2020. And this is a video that's basically just talking about what is happening at Woodbridge for the month of January. Brand new year, brand new season. And we've got so many cool things happening at the church this month. By the way, we're starting up with growth groups, starting the 12th, starting that week and kicking it on through. We're going to be gathering once again in growth groups. Woodbridge Community Church, sign up and be a part of a small group. Discipleship happens in meaningful relationships. Spiritual growth happens in community. And the primary place where that happens is in small groups. Sign up for that. It's very important. Be a part of it. In January, we're launching women's ministry and men's ministry events. The men's going to have a men's breakfast coming up on it's the 11th of January, and the women's have an event on Monday night, 13th. Be a part of these things. Remember that running ministry? If you like to run, you need to join Run WCC. They're going to be meeting, I believe it's going to be on the 19th. They're going to be kind of a vision casting meeting. You need to be a part of that and see what's going on with Run WCC. And by the way, starting the 19th and the 26th, Pastor Vince, after church in Building B, he's going to be walking people through getting a good handle on their testimony. There is power in your testimony. Your testimony is a blessing, and you have a big picture testimony of how you met Jesus, and you have a smaller picture of what God is doing in your life today. It's all a part of a testimony. And we want to encourage and train and equip our people to get out there and tell the story of your life and what God is doing in your life. Very powerful. One thing coming up, February the 22nd, the 23rd, the weekend after Valentine's Day, is our couples/marriage retreat. You need to be a part of that. Don't go to Valentine's Day. It's so expensive. You don't want to be messing with that stuff. Just say, honey, our gift to each other is the next week we're going down to the Carlsbad Inn, and we're going to go on a marriage retreat, and we're going to pour into our marriage and tune it up and make it better. February the 22nd and the 23rd, you can sign up for that event on the website at Woodbridge Community Church. January, there's a great verse in the book of Ephesians where the Apostle Paul, in verse 18, he says, I pray that the eyes of your heart may be enlightened. We're starting a brand new series in January called Seeing More Clearly in 2020. The Apostle Paul in the book of Ephesians, it's the most beautiful, it's one of the greatest epistles. Pastor Vince said, it's the queen of all epistles when we were talking about this. We're going to go through the book of Ephesians for the month of January and February. There's 6 chapters in there. It is an incredible book. Paul in Ephesians chapter 1 talks about who you are as a child of God. How important is it that you know who you are as a child of God? How important is it to you to know who your identity is? Who are you? Who does God say that you are in His Son Jesus? In Ephesians chapter 1, the Apostle Paul writes about who are you as a child of God and who God has made you to be in His Son Jesus. And it's kind of cool because as Paul begins talking about identity, at one point in the 18th verse, he says, I pray that you could see, that your heart, the eyes of your heart would be enlightened, that you would get who are you wrapped in Christ. I encourage you, Pastor Frank encourages you to study the first chapter of Ephesians. If you could memorize that thing, it'd transform your life. Read through the whole book of Ephesians in the month of January. We are going to be entering into a great new journey starting this year as we're praying that God will enlighten us to see who are we as a child of God. This is what's going on at Woodbridge in January of 2020. Welcome to a new year. God has amazing things planned for you this year. God has amazing things planned for our church this year. We're jumping in, we're entering in. It's going to be awesome. Look forward to seeing you each and every week right at Woodbridge Community Church in the main worship service and meeting in small groups. In Sunday school classes as we learn about our testimony and as we just figure out more and more who are we as children of God. God bless you. We're off to a great year. We're in this together. Take care. Bye-bye.